Good evening to the people here and online. We are going to call to order the Planning Commission meeting for March 5th, 2025, and we will start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The next item is to approve the meeting agenda. I do have one change. We're going to flip 5 and 6. So we'll have the public hearing, and then we'll do the Planning Commission discussion. Do I hear a motion to approve?
This is Bethany, so moved.
Second?
I'll second.
Susan, second. I will call for the vote. We'll start with Kim.
I can't vote on this one.
Okay.
Is that correct?
Just the agenda?
It's just the agenda for tonight.
Kim?
Susan, I.
Bethany, aye.
Robin, aye.
And Lynn, aye. I would like to welcome Kim, our new Planning Commission member, her first meeting. The next approval I will look for is the approval of the December 18th, 2024 Planning Commission meeting minutes. Is there a motion?
A motion that we approve the minutes of December 18th.
This is Bethany, I'll second.
Motion made and second. I will call for the vote. You want to?
I can.
Okay.
Susan, I.
Bethany, aye.
Robin, aye.
Lynn, aye. The next approval I am looking for is the December 18th, 2024 Camping World IUP public hearing minutes. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve. Susan, I'll make a motion to approve the December 18th, 2024 Camping World IUP public hearing minutes.
This is Robin, I'll second.
I'll call for the vote.
Kim? I can.
Susan, I.
Bethany, aye.
Robin, aye.
Lynn, aye. Next is the approval of the December 18th, 2024 Ordinance 24-04 public hearing minutes.
This is Bethany, I approve.
Make a motion.
I make a motion to approve. I approve.
This is Robin, I'll second.
I'll call for the vote.
Kim? I.
Susan, I.
Bethany, aye.
Robin, aye.
Lynn, aye. The next approval we're looking for is the January 15th, 2025 Planning Commission meeting minutes.
Susan, I'll make a motion to approve the January 15th, 2025 Planning Commission meeting minutes.
This is Robin, I'll second.
Motion and second. I'll call for the vote.
Kim? I.
Susan, I.
Bethany, abstain.
Robin, aye.
Lynn, aye. The next is the January 15th, 2025 CTI Garage Condos CUP Amendment Public Hearing Minutes.
This is Robin, I move that we approve those January minutes of CTI Garage Condo CUP Amendment Public Hearing minutes.
Susan, second.
Okay, I will call for the vote.
Kim? I.
Susan, I.
Bethany, abstain.
Robin, aye.
Lynn, aye. Okay, now we have the public open forum. Is there anybody in the audience that would like to address the Planning Commission? Anybody online?
This isn't for open forum, but Kim, can you use your microphone because I can't hear you at all?
Okay.
Hi.
Yeah, you have to get a little close. Thank you.
Okay, we will go on to our public hearing. Eleanor, I will open the public hearing. Will you read the Forest Lake Times publication?
Of course. Notice is hereby given that a public hearing will be held by the City of Columbus Planning Commission on Wednesday, March 5th, 2025 at 6 p.m. or as soon thereafter as parties may be heard. The hearing will be conducted in person and by interactive technology at the Columbus City Hall located at 16319 Kettle River Boulevard, Columbus, Minnesota, to consider a request to allow an office and accessory storage space for a tree care company at 13733 Lake Drive in the Commercial Industrial District. Members of the public interested in attending in person, monitoring the meeting, or wanting more information should contact the city offices at 651-464-3120 or visit the city website at columbusmn.us. The hearing shall continue until all evidence and testimony has been received.
Thank you, Eleanor. At this time, I would invite Travis McDonald to come and sit at the table. Give your name and address.
Hello.
So my name is Travis McDonald. My current address is 10335 Wildwood Circle in Bloomington, Minnesota.
Could you use your mic, please?
Can you not hear me? How's that?
There you go.
Is that better?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Would you like me to repeat? No.
I'm okay.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes? All right. Travis McDonald. My address is 10335 Wildwood Circle in Bloomington, Minnesota, 55437. And I'm here to represent the Davey Tree Expert Company.
Okay.
And I don't know if anybody knows who Davey Tree is, but
We'll come back to that in just a minute. I'm going to have Eleanor review the CUP for us for the Davey Tree Expert CUP for 13733 Lake Drive Northeast.
Yes, so I'll go over some of the planning and zoning aspects of this, and then we'll cut back to Travis to talk about the business itself. This parcel is owned by Don Waldock, who owns and operates the business directly to the north and has been leasing out this parcel for different businesses over the years. Over the last 20 years or so, it's been primarily used for auto businesses, either dealerships or auto care facilities, and has been operating under that CUP for that. This would change over to a different use with the Davey Tree Care business. Some of the interesting things about this particular application is historically this area here, this fenced-in area, has always been reserved for the business directly to the north, the owner of this parcel, to use for extra storage for their vehicles associated with that business to the north. And that's going to continue in this CUP as well. So most of the property will be used by Davey Tree Care for their vehicles and everything. However, that area is still reserved for the Waldocks business as well. I'm gonna open for any questions as we go along, if there's anything interesting, yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I have one question for you. I was noticing in the packet here that you talked about repairing a fence. Mm-hmm. And I was out there today and was just looking, and I'm just wondering, are you going to repair both fences or just the main one in front? They both look pretty ratty.
they do. I mean, with the barbed wire and stuff like that taking place, that's something that I would have to talk with the landlord about as far as, Don, are you okay with us taking down the barbed wire, or is that protection for people with the trucks? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
I agree. I looked at it as well and was like, this is, it needs a little love.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And that's why I was wondering if you had a plan for doing that. I noticed.
Get a fence company out there and just have them analyze it and see, is this repairable? What do we do with this? Yep. Because at the end of the day, we want to have something presentable for when our employees pull in, but people driving by.
And that's what my concern is that fence, the way it is right now, kind of an eyesore. And the last thing I want to do is have another business go in there and leave the eyesore.
Sure. Yeah.
So,
I mean, the front gate that when you enter initially right off of the road.
Yep.
I really don't see much of a need to have a gate there.
Neither.
Because the remaining of the area is fenced as well, and there's another gate to go through. So for me, I just think of a hazard standpoint of an employee getting out, early in the morning to unlock the gate.
Yeah.
I would rather not have a gate right there. So I would get a fencing company out there to have them take a look and tell me, hey, how can we make this look a little bit more presentable?
even that secondary fence,
Oh, yeah.
if we could turn it into some sort of screening, I don't know, like those slats that
Yeah.
they put in there, just to do some screening of what's in behind, I think would be a nice thing to look at.
Okay.
I think it would do wonders for the property.
We have done that just recently at one of our facilities in Plymouth. We've been there for like 45 years, and we just had all new slats put in and just new chain link fence, but it actually looks really nice.
That's what I was hoping for.
That's kind of the goal, that kind of, match the same coloring of the building a little bit, so that just blends in a little bit. Like, yeah, I know that I have to look beyond what the building looks like right now. And even when I bring employees there, I have to tell them, like, don't worry, we're going to fix it up. We're going to clean it up. So.
Make sure you talk into your microphone. Just before we go to any more discussion, for the record, did you receive a copy of the staff report developed by Eleanor Hahn dated February 28th, 2025 regarding this application? This report notes certain findings numbering 1 through 20 on page 1 and 2, and it also contains some conditions numbering 1 through 18. Do you understand the recommendations and the conditions, and do you have any questions about them?
I don't have any questions. I mean, Eleanor's been pretty helpful with everything as far as communicating, so.
Okay. Any other questions?
My only concern.
It did, I went by and I pulled over and I'm like, oh, the fence is kind of, but I like seeing revitalization instead of empty buildings. And with you backing up to Bergen's, there's nothing, no really eyesore or nuisance for anybody. Yeah, nobody. So thank you for coming, and I will close the public hearing. So I would look for a motion unless somebody has something to discuss. Oh, sorry, anybody in the audience? I did open it for public forum, but if anybody has anything they would like to say about the Davey tree expert.
Well, and he never told us what it was that he was going
Or
to tell us
anybody
when he started
online?
talking.
That's fine. I just didn't know if anybody knew.
And I,
Well, I would love to
Oh,
hear
Dean
about the
is
company.
online.
Yeah.
I'll come back up.
Yeah, come on back up. I thought we were going to circle back to that.
That's fine.
sorry.
You're good.
Well, just to give you guys like a little bit of background about why we would love to, open up another section of our business in, the Columbus market.
Thank you.
But so Davey, we're a nationwide company, employee owned. We've been around since 1880. We're the oldest tree care company in the United States. Our corporate headquarters is in Kent, Ohio, and all of our employees that work for us, we invest into the company and it provides good career paths, but we are stewardists when it comes to arboricultural practices, trying to care for the environment, to trying to maintain trees and landscape. And, we've been growing up in this market. We've been kind of servicing this area out of the South St. Paul location, and we take into account like environmental impacts as far as, how much time do we drive up here? How much fuel are we wasting? And a lot of our employees actually come from this neck of the woods. And so we've got a lot of employees that are excited about this opportunity. I've been with Davey Tree for 17 years, and the company cares about their employees and what we do, but most importantly, providing career paths for people all around the United States and in Canada. So when it comes to, supporting, basic high school events to arboricultural practice, we go in and train, and we work with elementary schools to teach them how to plant trees and care for them. So we have a community engagement specialist. Her name's Andrea Pete. She lives just right down the street in Forest Lake. And she's really excited because she grew up around here, so she wants to really get involved in We own Mickman Brothers out of Blaine, and they have like farmer markets there and stuff. So we're just really, this is a really cool area, and we hope to try to continue to provide career paths and people with good jobs. You know, there's a lot of people that just don't like working inside, and we like working outside. So there's a lot of people that like to climb trees and do certain things, but we don't just cut down trees. That's not what we specialize in. We can do that, but we help people come up with like management plans and caring for their properties. And so the property that, you know, we would like to move into and gain a CUP from, we're going to give it a little bit of love. We're going to clean up the trees. We're going to make the turf look nice because that's what we specialize in. Provide a nice new landscape out front. And I think it's going to be a good little setting right there. It's a good spot for us to be able to access a lot of different communities, and you know that's the plan so far. So, any questions? No.
No?
Cool.
Oh, I have one. Are you like Asplund?
Not even close.
Not even close. Bigger
Asplund,
or better, or?
Well, Asplund is a utility line clearance company, so
Okay.
they only do nothing but utility line clearance. I work in just residential and commercial.
Okay.
We do have a utility line clearance division of Davey. They manage some of the Excel contract in St. Paul, but no, I don't get involved in that. We're just going to be working on residential properties and commercial properties, providing, you know, tree care.
Great.
I have a question.
Yeah.
About just like various diseases and stuff. Do you have things that you do, like if someone's like, I'm afraid my trees have diseases?
100%. That's
Cool.
what we specialize in.
Cool.
You know, we're all certified arborists. On top of that, we have a plant pathology lab that we send all of our samples into, and you know, we'll analyze what type of treatments are needed for this particular tree or why it's declining. So when you find like a monumental tree, like in a park setting, that you're like, why is this dying? We figure it out and provide treatment care options to it.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you like to be involved in the community?
Yeah.
Because you just said it in front of the wrong person, so we'll be talking.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Nope, we go in and read books about trees to kids at daycare centers.
We're having a fall fest.
Yes.
You and I will talk.
I look forward to it, but that's what we do. You know, and our company really supports like volunteer work and community engagement. We want to give back to the people that are helping provide, you know, a daily, you know, meal for us, right? So that's Davey in a nutshell, kind of. I could talk about Davey all day long. I'm pretty passionate about the company. I am an operations manager, so I oversee all operations in the state of Minnesota. But I also just worked locally in an Eden Prairie location for the last 10 years. You know, I'm originally from New Hampshire and kind of traveled all the way around the United States for Davey. And didn't think I was going to end up in Minnesota, but here I am. So, and I love it here. So.
What does your work look like in the winter?
We stay pretty active in the winter. You know, there's a lot of trees that can only be worked on during the dormant season, like oaks and elms or any fruit or nut-bearing trees due to diseases and plant pathogens. So what we do is like we analyze people's properties when they call us out like, hey, I've got deadwood hanging over my deck. Can you address that? And we're like, this is not a good time to do that. You need to wait till the winter. So we actually climb trees all winter long and do a lot of like technical removals and stuff where it requires us to drive on people's landscapes with big equipment. So we wait till the ground's hardened off.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks.
Any other discussion, or I would look for a motion?
Well, are we on to the number 5?
No, we're going to do that after.
6. Oh, okay.
So,
I can't remember what the,
okay, so I will make the motion to recommend approval to the City Council for the Davey Tree Expert Company, CUP, located at 13733 Lake Drive Northeast. Is there a second?
I will second. This is Bethany.
Okay. I will call for the vote.
Kim, I.
Susan, I.
Bethany, I.
Robin, aye.
And Lynn, aye. So that will go in front of the city council on March 26th at 6 PM right here. Good idea to be here in case they're going to have different questions maybe than what we have, but the recommendation is to approve. Now we will go to number 5, because we just kind of went out of order. So every year, the Planning Commission selects a chairperson and a vice chairperson to preside over the meetings. So the first motion I would look for is chairperson.
As Robin, I recommend that, Lynn, you keep your position as chairperson.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Susan, second.
Okay, so I'll call for the vote.
Kim, I.
Susan, I.
Bethany, I.
Robin, aye.
Okay, Lynn, aye. So now we will look for a Planning Commission Vice Chair for 2025, and I would like to nominate Robin Wood.
Is it second the nomination? Is that how that works?
You know, just recommend.
Yes, also recommend Robin Wood.
Yeah.
Yes.
So a vote,
Kim, I.
Susan, I.
Bethany, I.
Robin, aye.
Lynn, aye. There we go.
Approving myself.
Yep.
Gotta keep bringing the cookies.
So now it's Commissioner's report, and I will go first. We had our first Fall Fest meeting. It's going to be exciting again this year. It always is, but you add things every year and you make it, you know, just... It's going to be 85 degrees that day. I just want everybody to know that right now, and the sun is going to be shining.
A little breezy.
So I'm putting it out there. We will be in need of volunteers coming, you know, in the next few months. So if you want to volunteer, let me know. Oh, you're already on the list.
Was it cold last year?
It
was
rained.
cold
It
and rainy.
stormed. Yeah.
What is the date of Fall Fest?
September 20th.
Okay.
So we don't, I mean, we're hoping we can do the races again on Friday, and then our big plan here on Saturday. And then it sounds like Sunday is going to be worship in the park again. We got to confirm that with Pastor Brad, but the pancake breakfast for the Lions. So it's a good family event sponsored by our businesses in the city, where they come together and sponsor it for our residents. So does anybody else have anything they'd like to add?
No?
Again, Kim, welcome.
Thank you.
And we will have a meeting on March 19th.
Yes.
Okay. So the next meeting is March 19th at 6 p.m. Eleanor, did you have anything to say?
I just wanted everyone to take note of the application review checklist at the end of your packet. We've got a couple new Planning Commission members. We just haven't been having a lot of applications, and we might feel a little rusty on what we're supposed to be looking for.
It's like, how do I make a motion for this? I don't remember.
Yep, exactly. Going through that Planning Commission application review checklist is really helpful, and also I want this to be a little collaborative, so if there's anything that you see missing on that checklist that you would like to share with other planning commissioners, whether that be now or you think of something later, like, here's a thing I always look for, and I would like my fellow commissioners to look for that as well, we'll throw that on there, and we'll keep including this in those applications just as a reference point for you guys going forward. That's pretty much all that I have going on.
And Jack, do you have any report?
No, you covered the issue or the item about volunteers for Fall Fest, so we're going to be reaching out to all the commissions, committees, and organizations that still do volunteer work for the city and try to solicit as many people we can to volunteer for Fall Fest on September 20th.
Okay. Hearing nothing else, I would look for a motion to adjourn.
Susan, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
This Robin, I'll second.
We'll call for the vote.
Kim, I.
Susan, I.
Bethany, I.
Robin, aye.
Lynn, aye. Meeting adjourned at 6:26.